my one thing is, Jordan, you had given an invitation for any of them who listen to this to be able to respond, but honestly, they don't. They won't. The thing that they will do, they will take clips out of context, break it down, and then give their spin on it. That's the best that they will do for a response. They'll never come to you and tell you, this is how we're countering your argument. They'll only do it to the members, give them a little bit, so they think that they know what this video is about. They did it when it came to that special that was on featuring one of the missionaries and her family on, I believe it was like NBC, and they spoke about Michelle on that one as well. You know, they say that they're showing you the full context of the interview, but then they'll cut things out of that interview as well about who sued who. Like, there's a lot of things that they will do. They'll manipulate it and make you think that they're showing you the information about what's out there, but they'll cut it up and only show the members what they want them to see. So the members think, I don't need to watch this video. I know what it's about. And I already, like, they're built up with these arguments in their head, so they can't listen to it in full context. So, but I think that's really a dirty trick. I think that they should be able to stand up for what they believe in, come on here and have a conversation with you. I would really like to see like just a regular conversation, but you know, they know that their doctrine is so shoddy that it wouldn't be able to stand if they did come on here. You know, they try to justify their stance. Don't give, you know, their pearl to the pig. Don't give what's sacred to the dogs, or whatever justification they might have. But, you know, at the end, you know, they should, if they really actually believed what they were teaching, they would be able to come on here. But the fact is that they know that they are liars. And that's why they're not coming on here and they're not having these conversations. And, you know, if they could put you in your place and you won't say it again, you know what I mean? But they can't, so they won't, so they don't.
I wanted to mention really quick about Anthony's point there, about how they kind of will hide and refuse to come on and just, you know, just have a dialogue. We don't even have to call it a debate or anything like that. Just come onto a video and let's express in a respectful way our different perspectives on these things and allow people to hear both sides presented. But it in Acts 18:28, it talks about Apollos, and it says about him that he powerfully refuted Jews in public debate, proving from the scriptures that Jesus is the Christ. So this is something that we have an example of, you know, people doing. Paul would do the same thing. It talks about how he would go out in public and, you know, debate with the Judaizers and stuff like that, proving from the scriptures that what he was saying was accurate. And so the WMS talks about the importance of, you know, following the example of Jesus and the apostles. And so I would just say, well, put your money where your mouth is and do what they did. Because if Apollos or Paul were given a, you know, if they're on the side of truth and we're on the side of error and we're giving them an invitation to come on and discuss these things, I think they would take us up on that offer. And so the question is, why WMS members are you not willing to do that? And especially the leaders. There have been members, you know, that have been willing to come on. But Edgar came on. Yeah, right. That's right.
I have something to add that I wanted to mention before I cut off. So I had told you guys a little bit about it, but we never got a chance to talk about it. A week ago, I actually ran into the overseer, the missionary of the Wichita, Kansas church at a Walmart by my house. And this is the first time since I've been out that I've ran into anybody really, you know, from the church. And it was amazing. And the reason I'm going to mention this is because I told him that I was going to mention this on the next video that I would make. So shout out to him. You know, when me and my wife were shopping, the funny thing is a member approached me and began to preach to me. And, you know,
really?
it was funny because he knew me, but he didn't know me very well. It was right before I left, and he was a newer member. So when he saw me, he remembered the face, and he approached me. And so he began to, you know, call me brother and say, I want to invite you back to Zion, and I miss you. And we had a very nice conversation, you know, kept it very respectful. And when it got to the, you know, part of the doctrine, I began to tell him, hey man, you know, I don't know if you know this, but, you know, I don't believe like that anymore. And I'm actually helping people get out of there. And I would like to, you know, dialogue with you. So we started talking a little bit. Then I saw somebody standing, you know, at a distance. You know, you get that feeling like somebody's, you know, watching you. And I look, and they kind of, you know, hide. And then a few minutes later, as I'm talking, I look and I see another, you know, I see it again. Somebody's standing right there, kind of at the distance, looking
hiding
at
in the
me.
shadows.
Yeah, hiding in the shadows, right? But it was you could tell, you know, he was an Asian man. And I mean, you could just tell from what he was wearing, looking at the conversation. I was like, this has to be the new overseer leader here in Wichita. So, you know, I signal for him, and he comes over, and, you know, I introduce myself. I shake his hand, and we begin to conversate. Well, right off the bat, after, you know, I mentioned a few things about, you know, where I believe that they're not, you know, correct in gospel, who Christ is. You know, he asked me if I was related to someone in the church. I won't mention that person's name. I said yes. And as soon as he connected the dots of who I was, it's like his face just turned. And so, you know, I told him, I said, listen, I honestly, I would love nothing more but to have a conversation with you. I was like, you know, where we could sit down. I was like, we can debate, we can talk. And he says, oh, I don't want to, I don't want to debate. Debate is like made it sound like debate was a bad thing. And I said, debate is not debate. You know, they have debate classes, the presidential debate. You're just getting your point across. We could call it whatever. He was like, would you be interested in a Bible study? I said, yes, of course. I was like, but it depends also what you mean by Bible study is not me just sitting down and just hearing everything you have to say. It takes two parties, right? I want to be able to dialogue with you, but I think that would be great. And I want to sit with you. I want to, you know, let's talk. Let's debate. He said, will the media be involved? And I said, listen, that would be great. If you want the media involved, I said, you could call the news, you can call whoever you want to call. I said, you could record it. I can record it. I was like, or if you don't feel comfortable, it can be just me and you in a room, Bible to Bible. Let's conversate. And this was in front of my wife and in front of the member of the church. And there was also a few people standing just, you know, hearing eavesdropping, hearing what we had to say. So there was witnesses. And he says, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And I said, okay. I said, is there a reason why? And he said, there's no point. And I said, you guys approach me, you know, to study the Bible. I'm accepting the invitation. Why won't you? You know, and I said, think about all the members that you could be helping, that all the people that I'm talking to, that the people that I work with are talking to. And I said, and they're on the fence, and this is your chance, right? Doesn't the Bible say, you know, to be a good shepherd, you have to protect the sheep? Well, this is the chance. This is what the Bible commands us to do. Like you were quoting, Jordan, Apollos, right? And you know, he was publicly debating. Paul would go into the synagogues and he would reason with them from the scriptures, right? Proving that Jesus was the Christ. This is what the early church did. And I said to him, I said, will you please do this with me? And he said, no, I won't. And I said, okay, if you say no, I said, I want to mention this to you. I said, when I make another video, I said, I'm going to mention that I ran into the overseer, the leader of the Wichita, Kansas church, the new missionary, and that I invited him to a public debate or to sit down in a room and to let's study the Bible. Let's find out what the truth is, right? And he denied it. And he said, no problem. So I just wanted to mention that because of the fact that, you know, as we hear a lot of members on the comment section, or even members that are at home watching these videos who are on the fence, and they say, well, our leaders, they're lucky our leaders, you know, aren't on there, or, you know, it's different if they would be in the, you know, on video with the leader or in a room with the leader, you know, it wouldn't be the same. In reality, the leaders don't want to meet with us. They don't want to conversate with us, even in private. Yeah. Right. And there's a reason behind that. And it's very important. Don't idolize these men as if they were God, or if they have, you know, I'm not saying we're sinners. We're on the same playing field. It's not that we're superior to them or anything like that. But truth is truth regardless, right? So truth cannot be harmed by investigation. In other words, it's not us. I'm not the one who made the truth, or that person's not the person who made the truth. Truth is truth. Truth is in the Bible. The Bible says in John 17:17, sanctify them through the truth. Your word is truth. So no matter who spins it, when two people sit down with two different points of view, two gospels, you use one Bible, truth has to prevail. The reason that they don't do that should raise a red flag to anybody watching this. Yeah. And that's just something I wanted to mention.
It just, again, as we say all the time, if you have the truth, you know, as confidently as they claim, they have the truth. Nobody else has it. They do. One true church of God. Restored the Passover, restored the new covenant. If that is true, and if the things we are saying on these videos for the past 4 or 5 years are false, the fact that none of the leadership is willing to come on here publicly and just explain to us what is it that we're saying that is false. It's very easy to go into the comment section of a video and say, that was all a lie. You're all like the Pharisees, you know, see you in hell kind of idea. Which is the bulk of the comments we get. And well, that's cheap. That, like, anybody can do that. Anybody can say that. But if that's true, talk with us and show us what is it that we're saying. What, in this very video, what's something we've said that is not accurate? That is a misrepresentation of what the Bible says. What are we missing? We are open to having you point that out to us. And just to that overseer, if by chance the overseer in Wichita might watch this, I want you to know, to him and other leaders, like I understand that your doctrine and the things that you've been taught cause you to look at me right now and see horns and a spiky tail and red skin. I know you see Satan right now, because you've been trained, you've been conditioned to see all of us that way. And I'm sure, Edgar, that's a bulk of the reason why he wouldn't do it with you. It's like you've been demonized in their eyes. You know, you've basically smear campaigns, I think, is what the WMSCOG doctrine basically is about anybody like us who offers a critique to some of the things they teach. I guess I can say it. I know I can't prove this to you, the overseer and other leaders, but we're not mean guys. We don't hate you. We don't think you're stupid. We don't think we're better than you. We legitimately just want to have a dialogue, because you guys are the ones making these confident assertions that you have the truth and we don't. And we're spreading lies and we're spreading poison. If that's true, please come and show us where the poison is in what we're saying. Because if there's poison in things we're saying, we would really like to stop saying it. And we'd really like somebody to point that stuff out to us. So we welcome you to come on here. We care about you. I think we all have a genuine love for you guys. We're not out to get you. We don't want to make you look stupid. We just want to have a conversation. And so the door is open. The door is open. It is unfortunate that he wasn't willing to do that with you, Edgar. And I do think that says something. That unwillingness is saying something. It's pointing, indicating, I think, an underlying lack of confidence, assurance, really knowing that they have the truth. I mean, that would be at least my initial evaluation of why somebody in that situation would refuse to just talk with you.